Need advice? Download the free Hello Doctor app on any mobile phone and connect with our doctors right away for reliable personal advice. Go to hellodoctor.com and chat to a doctor anytime, anywhere for less than the cost of an apple a day.
Bringing your new baby home for the first time is both exciting and scary. With so many new challenges and responsibilities to think about, the one thing you really want to get right is sleep for both your sakes. Meg Faure is a qualified occupational therapist and co-author of a book that's a favorite with new parents, Sleep Sense.
My kids ended up being quite good sleepers, I think partly because of my background in OT and what I knew about infant sleep, but also because I am a very bad person if I don't get enough sleep. So I really focused in on establishing really good sleep habits from day one. My third baby was actually a reflux baby, who classically are not great sleepers, but even Emily was a good sleeper, so yeah, I can't really complain. Through the first year of life, babies wake a varying amount of times at night. So when they're very little, you expect babies to wake regularly. In fact, newborns can wake as often as 3 hourly during the night, even 4 hourly. As they become a little bit older, they start to stretch it out. By 6 months of age, though, all babies should be sleeping through the night. And by sleeping through, we're talking about sleeping a good stretch of 10 to 12 hours at night.
Just as babies reach milestones when it comes to sitting and smiling, sleeping for longer periods becomes easier for babies as they get older.
To be honest, since she was born, it's been great. She sleeps through now. She's 7 months old, so she goes from about 6:30 in the evening to about 6 o'clock in the morning. But I think the hardest part of all of it has been when they're just so tiny and you actually have to wake them up every 3 hours to feed. That's the tough bit. But apart from that, it's been great.
My sleep experience at the moment is fantastic. Camila is 10 months old and she's been sleeping for 11 to 12 hours a night since she was 6 months old, so we're in a very good place at the moment. Prior to that, I think it was kind of average. We would maybe give her a dream feed at about 10 o'clock in the evening, and then she would wake up at about 2 o'clock again for a second bottle. So her wakings at night were just really for feeding, and she would then go back to sleep, no issues.
Initially, it was okay. He was waking quite a lot at night. I think the last couple of weeks has been harder. I don't know if it's just because my lack of sleep has caught up with me, but he's waking between an hour and a half and every 2.5 hours in the night. By about 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, he decides he's now bored of sleeping or lying in the bed and he wants to play.
So to encourage better sleep for newborns, firstly, I would definitely wake your newborn regularly during the day. So even like 3 hourly during the day, make sure your newborn is feeding so that you're really getting that milk in and that nutrition in daylight hours as opposed to focusing on it at night. The second thing is be more alert, more wakeful and more playful with your baby during the day, and keep nighttime very, very muted. So the interactions you have at night become quieter, keep the room dark, feed in the dark. And if your baby's not still passing stools at night, don't even change their nappy. And by having a very clear differentiation between day and night, you'll start to work towards a limiting day-night reversal and also encouraging better sleep habits. So between 4 to 6 months of age, babies should start to sleep better. The difficulty is that there's often a little bit of a sleep hiccup at around that time because the baby needs more nutrition at night. And the mom's response to that should be to feed her baby because nutritionally they're needing a little bit extra nutrition during 24 hours. So that would be appropriate. The second thing that happens during 4 to 6 months of age is that babies should start to self-soothe a little bit. You want to allow your baby to settle themselves if they do wake in the middle of the night. Now, that doesn't mean letting your baby cry it out, obviously, but it does mean not over-responding. And often as first-time parents, we hear the squawk from the nursery and we up before they can wake themselves up too much, running down to the nursery and soothing them and doing the job entirely for them. What the right thing to do practically would to be actually listen for about 5 minutes to what your baby's doing, because often they'll wake at night, they'll make a noise, they'll if and but, that sort of noise, and maybe cry out a bit and then settle themselves back to sleep. And if you allow your 4 to 6 month old to do that, they will take sleep and sort it out themselves.
Once your infant is 6 months old, sleeping through the night is a crucial part of your baby's development, as most of your baby's growth happens during the night.
Well, the first few weeks are quite tough and hard from the sense of getting to understand your baby and knowing what they're good at and what they're bad at. and what makes him upset. But over the last few weeks it's been quite good. She actually lets me know when she's not feeling too well.
Mia is 10 weeks now, and it's only become easier. Some nights are better than others. Some nights she'll wake up more. Some nights she'll sleep a stretch of about 7 to 8 hours.
Well, in the beginning we had some real nightmares. So when he was a few weeks old, he would stare at us with his big eyes from about 8 till midnight and wouldn't go to sleep and would just scream. But when he did go to sleep, he would sleep for 6 hours straight. So we were grateful for that.
I think with mums, they must know that they can always go and speak to somebody about these issues with sleeping. There's always somebody there to help you, and to use the support around them.
Just a couple of tips. Certainly the bedtime routine is a tip that I would hang my hat on. Set up a bedtime routine from as early as even 6 weeks of age, a very consistent time of the day where everything is done exactly the same way every day. So bath time, and then a massage, and then a change, and then a feed, and then a story, and then to bed. And by following that sequence exactly, research has shown that a bedtime routine can actually improve bedtime antics and all those behaviors that happen around bedtime, as well as helping babies to fall asleep quicker. So that would be one definite tip. The second tip that I would say to parents, particularly new parents, is that sleep begets sleep. In other words, the more your baby sleeps during the day, the better they'll sleep at night, not the other way around. So it defies logic, but the reality is that if your baby sleeps well during the day, they probably will sleep better at night as well.
Sleep deprivation has been used as torture, but until you're a parent, you wouldn't understand why. Establishing a good sleep time routine early on will help you and baby have a good night's sleep and sweet dreams.
Need advice? Download the free Hello Doctor app on any mobile phone and connect with our doctors right away for reliable personal advice. Go to hellodoctor.com and chat to a doctor anytime, anywhere for less than the cost of an apple a day.